Long ago, in the heart of ancient China, under the towering peaks of the Kunlun Mountains, there lived a wise and powerful ruler, the Jade Emperor. His reign stretched over the land from the vast deserts of the west to the lush rice fields of the east. The Jade Emperor was not only a ruler but a keeper of balance in both the heavens and the earth. His word was law, and his wisdom was sought by kings, scholars, and even gods. One day, as the sun rose behind the misty mountains, a humble farmer named Li Wei traveled from his village at the foot of the mountains to seek the Jade Emperor's guidance. He carried with him a small basket of the finest rice, as he had heard that the emperor appreciated offerings from the common folk. However, Li Wei's purpose was not just to make a gift. He had a problem that no one in his village could solve. The village had been suffering from an unusual drought that had lasted for months. The crops withered, the rivers ran dry, and the once bustling fields were silent, save for the cries of children hungry for food. Li Wei had tried everything, from offering sacrifices to the local gods to praying at the village's ancient temples, but nothing had worked. Desperate, he decided to seek the emperor's wisdom, hoping that even a fraction of his divine knowledge could help. When Li Wei arrived at the Jade Emperor's palace, he was awestruck by the grandeur of the celestial realm. The palace was built from white jade and gleamed under the bright sun, with gardens full of flowers that never wilted. Guards with golden armor stood watch, and the scent of incense filled the air. The Jade Emperor, seated on his throne in a hall adorned with celestial paintings, looked down at the humble farmer. His eyes were kind, but filled with the weight of countless years of rule. "What brings you here, mortal?" he asked, in a voice that was both gentle and commanding. Li Wei knelt before the emperor, holding out his offering of rice. "Great Emperor, I come not as a rich man, but as a desperate one. My village is dying from drought, and I know not where to turn. Please, tell me what I must do to save my people." The Jade Emperor studied Li Wei's face for a moment, sensing the sincerity in his eyes. "You are a good man, Li Wei. Your heart is pure, and you seek no reward for your troubles, only the well-being of your people. I will grant you my guidance, but know this: some things in life cannot be fixed with simple prayers or offerings." The emperor then stood and gestured toward the sky. "The heavens, like the earth, must be kept in balance. When there is too much of one thing, be it rain, heat, or even greed, the land suffers. It is the cycle of nature. However, I will give you a chance to restore the balance in your village, but only if you prove yourself worthy." Li Wei listened intently, his heart racing. "You must journey to the River of Clouds," the Jade Emperor continued, "and there you will find the Stone of Balance. It is a rare and ancient relic, and it holds the power to restore harmony to the land. But beware, many have tried to retrieve it, and few have returned. The journey will be perilous, and you must confront both the forces of nature and your own fears. Only then will the drought end." Li Wei bowed deeply, his resolve firm. "I will go, my emperor. I will do whatever it takes to save my village." The Jade Emperor nodded. "Remember, true strength lies not in the journey alone, but in the heart that carries you through it." With that, Li Wei left the emperor's palace and set off on his journey. He traveled through forests where the trees whispered ancient secrets and across vast plains where the wind howled like a wild animal. He braved scorching deserts and climbed mountains so high that the air was thin and cold. Along the way, he encountered beasts and spirits, each testing his resolve and teaching him new lessons about courage, patience, and compassion. Finally, after many trials, Li Wei reached the River of Clouds. The river was a shimmering silver, winding through a valley surrounded by steep cliffs. In the center of the river stood an island, and on that island, beneath an ancient willow tree, lay the Stone of Balance. As Li Wei approached the stone, he noticed something unusual. The stone glowed with a soft, ethereal light, and a voice seemed to echo in the air. "Only those who understand the true nature of balance can take the stone. The drought in your village is but a reflection of the imbalance within you. Before you can restore your land, you must first restore harmony within yourself." Li Wei closed his eyes, thinking deeply about the challenges he had faced on his journey. He realized that, just as nature required balance, so too did his own heart. He had been too focused on the needs of his village, ignoring his own well-being, his own fears, and his own weaknesses. He had been afraid to face them, but now he understood that true strength came from accepting both light and shadow within himself. With newfound clarity, Li Wei stepped forward, placed his hands on the Stone of Balance, and whispered a prayer. The stone warmed under his touch, and a great rush of energy surged through him. The river parted, and the sky cleared. The drought in Li Wei's village was finally broken. The rain began to fall gently upon the land, bringing life back to the fields. The crops flourished, and the people rejoiced. Li Wei returned home, not only as a hero but as a man transformed. Years later, when the elders of the village spoke of the drought, they would tell the story of the humble farmer who sought the wisdom of the Jade Emperor. But they would also remind their children that balance is not just a gift, it is a lesson to be lived each day in both the world around us and within our hearts. And so, the legacy of the Jade Emperor's promise lived on, carried in the hearts of those who understood that the true power of nature lies in its delicate balance, and that every man, no matter how humble, has the ability to restore it.